Wafi bona toge Biafra rukobore amako karia mano urawo. Wafi bona toge Biafra rukobore karia mano urawo. Wafi bona toge Biafra rukobore amako karia mano urawo. Wafi bona toge Biafra rukobore karia mano urawo. Imanarika dinta jarabia nkene bugabaya. Imanarika dinta jarabia nkene bugabaya. Ogano chure aso coach kwetena bagati tindu nawo. Ogago chure aso coach kwetena bagati tindu nawo. Abo Brother Masikwala makine sirike kiweri sigiru basabo. Esyo ima wanawa kesine ne marum kiwere ndoge biego. Imana bunkage mekiwe isendielu enye dia unine kerur sabo. Nduhe wegudo nduhe wege mborobo weekend chuhosa. Nduhe wegudo nduhe wege mborobo weekend chuhosa sabo. Otutu alala nike otutu nwuru nike niyabwego kele ha. Otutu alala nike otutu nwuru nike niyabwego kele ha o. Otu aka ọ ga-adị mgbe Biafra ga-abịa ọtụtụ ndị ga-anọ n'ụra. Otu aka ọ ga-adị ewo mgbe Biafra ga-abịaru ọtụtụ ndị ga-anọ n'ụra. Obodo ọma Nwafọ Igbo na-achọghị Biafra arụkọ obodo ya ọ karịa mmanụ ọgwụgwụ. Nwafọ Igbo na-achọghị Biafra arụkọ obodo ya ọ karịa mmanụ ọnwụlụgo. Nwafọ Igbo na-achọghị Biafra arụkọ obodo ya maka ọ karịa mmanụ ọnwụlụgo. Nwanne m bịa nara Biafra doo bịa nara ya ihe wedere gị mma broda. Sinetọ bịa nara Biafra.
Lọlọ ego Igbo
Gọvanọ bịa
ndewo.
nara Biafra.
Nnamdi Okwu ndewo.
Sineti bịa nara ya. Abacha
Patience
ihe
Ndubisi
wedere gị
ndewo.
broda. Ụwa niile ya ala ụmụ Biafra ka anyị kelee Chukwu okike. Asị m ụwa niile ya ala ụmụ Biafra ka anyị kelee Chukwu okike. Onye fụrụ ọnọdụ Igbo weziere anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Dike. Ọ bịago weta ọbụghị Igbo na-agbụ Igbo na ọ bụ onye Chukwu dijere ọlụ. Igbo ekwelugo. Ndụ m si na Chukwu akara ka m si na Chukwu na-abụrụ Victoria Nwankwọ. Ndụ m si na Chukwu akara ka m si na Chukwu na-abụrụ Victoria Nwankwọ. Afọ m olugo nne m bịa kene na mkpụrụ ekolo wee pugo. Mọmị m bịa kene nne m bịa kene na mkpụrụ ekolo wee pugo. Nnọma Anyala wala, anyala wala na lahun ke chuku kwera inankwa. Anyala wala, anyaga wala na lahun ke chuku kasiranye. Ala biafra, obatoma beabia sisele, obatoma.
All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. You're all welcome. I greet you all and I bring you good tidings. Yes, indeed, it is good tidings because God has used Bola Ahmed Tinubu to place Nigeria in her rightful place. Right now, as I'm talking to you, Nigeria is being positioned in the right place where Nigeria is supposed to be. Nigeria is being, seen now completely in the true picture of the reality on ground. Gone are the days of propaganda, gone are the days of lies, gone are the days of deceit, gone are the days of telling people, giant of Africa, this, that of Africa, rich Nigeria, great Nigeria, powerful Nigeria. Those days are gone. Nigeria is now seen and known for what it is, a terrorist country, God-forsaken country, a disgraced country. Now, some of the news I'm seeing and from the blogs where I'm seeing them, it gives me joy that it is no longer coming from us. It gives me joy. Mazin Namdekanu is no longer broadcasting. Masa Monepa is no longer broadcasting. Even most of us from IPOB, Brigi, we hardly even broadcast. We are just getting updates left, right, and center. I was seeing the news. In fact, I just saw it now. I didn't even know that. In fact, our brother Marcel Okocha he's even trying so much, devoting all his time for updates. In a day, he does more than 6 to 7 videos. The updates are coming so much. Nigeria is in the light that is supposed to be. Gone are those days of deceit and lies. I saw the news. Malami being detained by EFCC. I know that one is Malami being detained by EFCC. Who the person that controls EFCC is Malami and Tinubu and all those people. But for the fact that that one is even coming in the news, and the reason why they say they are detaining him is for terrorism. Malami being detained by EFCC for terrorism. The news is coming everywhere. And this one is the one that's gladdened my heart. There is a blogging channel on X. It is called Africa. That blog is Africa. That's their name. They blog everything about Africa. Everything about Africa. Because it is Pan-African blogger. Pan-African. When I saw this news, they brought picture of Tinubu, and what did they write? They say he is the source of instability in West Africa. I hope this thing is bigger. Yeah, let me increase it again. They said he is the source of instability in West Africa because he is working for France. Tell me. Before now, wetin concern Nigeria concern France. Now, they did their mago, their election criminality, and it landed in the hand of a Jaga bandit, a bandit president, a Boko Haram president. Did it enter his hand? Now, Nigeria is being seen in the true picture of it. This is Africa. There's the name of this channel. It's Pan-African. You see, the man in their profile picture is Thomas Sankara. Everything good about Africa is what they post. But now they are telling you that Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, is the source of instability in West Africa because he is working for France. Now, look at what they now call the French president. They say, Commander-in-Chief of Nigeria Defense Forces. Are you seeing it? So, Nigeria is in its rightful place. Before now, all the propaganda is a lie. There's no Christian genocide. There's no Christian genocide. They went to America to convince them. Probably they thought Donald Trump is joking. Maybe they wanted to see if they can bribe their way again, the way Fulani normally does. When they went there, they shook hands, and then America promised and said, okay, no problem, we are going to come. We will send our own people. And when America sent their own people, they came, they saw. Let me show you what America came and saw. Rep Rally Moore. This is Rep Rally Moore. Let's go to his own page. Rep Rally Moore came by himself, went to see Nuhu Ribadu, the National Intelligence, security advisor of Nigeria. When he went there, he saw by himself, and then he began to post. And then after posting, I will show you the person that is crying. There's one man that is crying so much. And since yesterday, for the past 7 to 8 hours, he has been crying so much that there's nobody to console him. His name is Bashar. I call him the town crier of Buhari. He was Buhari's assistant before, or media assistant, whatever. Now, before we get to the town crier of Buhari, who is now crying for Tinubu, Rally Moore posted, he said, while in Benue, I met with dozens of Christians who were driven from their homes and subjected to horrific violence, and now live in IDP camps. You know, they brought him, they thought they were going to convince him to change the narrative, to convince him that, look, we are putting the thing under control. You know, all these, they kidnapped, the people that were kidnapped, they return 100 people home, return 30 people home, out of 300 and something that was kidnapped, 150 returned home. And they thought all those ones will be enough to bamboozle America and make them believe that Tinubu government is sitting up and that they are taking they're taking the right step. But they don't know that this man coming will even expose them the more. In fact, it will now bring the picture closer to them. And that's exactly what happened. In fact, if they were, being confused before, now they are more convinced because the man was on ground. He had interaction with the victims and he visited the IDP camps. Now let's continue to read what Riley Moore posted. He said, they told harrowing stories that will remain with me for the rest of my life. They told harrowing stories that will remain with me for the rest of my life. One woman was forced to watch as they unalived her husband and 5 children. She and her unborn child barely escaped. Another woman's family was murdered in front of her and her baby was ripped from her womb. One man's family was hacked to death in front of his eyes, and his arm was permanently mangled. Hey, there are more than 600,000 Christians in IDP camps in Benue State alone. Only Benue State have 600,000 Christians in IDP camps. Only Benue. He's not talking about Zamfara. He's not talking about Plateau. He's not talking about Jos. Only Zamfara alone. Only Benue alone. These Christians should be able to live in their ancestral homeland without fear of genocidal Fulani. And I am happy he mentioned it without fear of genocidal Fulani. So America is now aware completely, and it is now obvious. The man came, he saw that the problem is genocidal Fulani. The same thing for which they are locking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up. That he said all these things earlier on. I'll bring you a video or a voice from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again today. Look at the pictures he saw. He saw all of them. He heard their stories. These are people that had their own land, their own communities. And do you know one thing? Riley Moore is also aware that these people were displaced from, other people are now occupying it. That's why he made sure he announced that genocidal Fulani are responsible, because it is genocidal Fulani that have now taken over the ancestral lands of these people that were able to relate with Riley Moore. You see? So Nigeria can no longer hide. They can no longer cover. There's no more propaganda. No more Photoshop. No way. You can't paint it anymore. America is aware. The world is aware. But instead of tackling this issue, Tinubu is taking orders from France and is bombing another country. Now, the fact that they are already bombing another country shows that it is not that they could not handle these terrorists, but the fact that it is Fulani that is in charge. They have deliberately refused to handle it. Because if they can go as far as Benin, Republic of Benin, and handle the issue there, and everywhere is quiet in less than 24 hours, but it has taken years upon years upon years. There have not been a single success, not one single success in trying to save the lives that have been lost in Nigeria. So you see, so it is very, very interesting that we now see that the whole world is aware that all these things are happening in Nigeria. And Nigeria they can't lie to anybody anymore. So Riley Moore visited and he's seen all these pictures and they are clear. He was there. Live and direct on the ground. Live and direct with the victims. He saw them all. He saw them all. Now, while he was there, this is Catholic Arena. He visited and he met with all these brethren of his. These are people that have buried people by themselves. He met with them. They have told him stories of everything that have happened in Benue, in Plateau, and other parts of Nigeria where Christians are being massacred. Okay? So, while this was going on, this man here, his name is Bashar. Bashar Ahmad, OON. He has title of OON, Order of the Niger. A terrorist. He has OON, terrorist sympathizer. Now come and see what the bagger, the shameless terrorist sympathizer, Bashar Ahmad, he has been crying profusely, nobody to console him. Look at what he said. Anybody who is genuinely willing to help us overcome our current situation. So they are agreeing now that they have a situation. Our current situation should not be using our vulnerability to push us further down for whatsoever reason. Yes, there are IDP camps in Benue, just as there are many other across different parts of the country. Now, these people, their propaganda, because they know it is no longer working, because if there are IDP camps where Fulanis are being held up, where Fulani, the ones that are perpetrating this crime, if they have their own IDP camp, because they claim that they are also, massacring Fulani and the Hausa and the Muslims. If there are IDP camps where they are, the first thing these people would have done was to take this rally ball to those IDP camps and show them, come and see where Christians have ejected these Muslims from their land and Christians are now occupying their land. That would have been the first thing they would have done. But for the fact that there is no IDP camp that have happened to the Hausa Fulani or the Fulani people by reason of Christian attack, it doesn't exist, because there was nothing like anything like Christians attack against Muslims. Okay, so he writes, he said, just that there are many across different parts of the country where, example, he just said just so that there are many, but this man have told you that the only one he even went to, the one he went to, because that was the one that was closer to him to visit and to see, because the bishop from Makurdi actually took it upon himself to be coming to the US to report all these things that are happening. So this man took it also upon himself to visit the IDP camps in Benue. He said, but even though we don't maintain proper documentation, look at the propaganda he has started writing again. He said they doesn't maintain proper documentation and census in this part of the world, which is another issue entirely. There is simply no way one can confidently quote figures like over 600,000 IDPs in Benue alone. What is even more surprising is that, listen to what is actually breaking his heart. What is even more surprising is that up till now, no authority in Benue or even in Abuja has come out to correct this misinformation. He's calling it misinformation. Somebody went and saw Korokoro, an American representative, an American congressman, came to Nigeria, went to the IDP camps, saw the victims, spoke with them, saw the numbers there, and is reporting. This bastard is calling it misinformation. He's saying that nobody from Abuja have come to correct it. They have not come to correct it because they have been nipped on the board. There's nothing to correct. Mr. Crying Crier, Mr. Town Crier of Boko Haram, Mr. Town Crier of Tinubu, the Jaga Bandit. There is nothing whatsoever to correct, because this man has seen, and they know, even Nihuribadu himself, whom the man visited, he knows that this man have all the evidence. Do you understand? He knows. And while this one is crying, while this bastard is crying, something else is happening. I want to show you. A Yoruba Afonja, Yoruba is a Yoruba man is reporting the truth of what happened. A Yoruba man, a very influential Yoruba man. This man here, this one you are seeing here. I will tell you what he wrote, and I'll tell you who he is. God is now fighting our battle. Mazin Namdekan is not protesting, neither is he broadcasting. Simon Ekpa is not protesting, neither is he broadcasting. But Chukwu Okike Abiama is using other people, even Yoruba people, Hausa people, Americans, to bring the news out for us. Remember when Mazin Namdekan said, I am tired of broadcasting. Now you can see that people are now reporting for us. This man that is reporting this one is a Yoruba man. His name is, let me read it, Babatunde. His name is Ebenezer Babatunde Obadare. His name is Ebenezer Babatunde Obadare, a Douglas de Leon Senior Fellow for African Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations. Very influential person, notable person, a high-class person. A senior fellow for African Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations. He said United States should pressure Nigeria to make the Sharia law unconstitutional and disband Hizbah. Hizbah are the terrorist police of the Fulani people in Kano. This Yoruba man is saying, he said United States should pressure Nigeria to make the Sharia law unconstitutional. So before now, The United States is aware, and that's why they gave it as a condition for Nigeria. Before anything, you will say you are willing to do something. First and foremost, Sharia law must be removed. I know that is where the problem lies, because they would, to remove Sharia law means that Nigeria need to break. Everybody must go their separate ways, because if you want to run a Sharia law, you cannot run it in Nigeria. You will run it in your own country as an Islamic country. As long as Nigeria is not known, is not acknowledged by the United States or United Nations as an Islamic country, Sharia law cannot hold. So if they insist, then to your tents, O Israel. So this Yoruba man understands what it means. These are the people that are really fighting for Nigeria. They want Nigeria to be one. But this is just a matter of days. Everything will capsize. It will all capsize. He said United States should pressure Nigeria to make the Sharia law unconstitutional and to disband Hizbah. Switch his name to Uchenna Chukwuemeka Okechukwu. What do you think would have happened immediately after that news break? So this thing is a news break. So just imagine that the name of this man is not Babatunde Obadare, that his name is Uchenna Chukwuemeka Okechukwu. Just imagine what would have been happening. People like this Bashar and all of them, people like Onanuga, Bayo Onanuga and the rest of them, including Gumi, would have been making noise on the social media everywhere. But no, his name is Babatunde. That's his name, Babatunde. Still waiting for the ethnic profiling of Abadare's ethnic group. It won't happen because he is not Biafra, he is not IPOB. Reminds me of the loud silence and zero outrage that followed the release of those coup plotters' names. In Igbo hate, Nigeria's unity shines the brightest. Imagine if we were natural born fighters and achievers. These chameleonic and mischievous children of perdition would have long stolen our glory and left us hiding our heads in shame, with tails in between our legs. Thank God it hasn't happened and never will. For as long as this earth remains, Igbo Amaka. This was written by our beloved brother, J.C. Okechukwu. Look at him. He speaks, he said, let this thing in United States pressure them. Sharia must go. Sharia must go. So you see how our Chukwu Okike Abiama is fighting for us, fighting our battles for us without us even firing a gun. And the one that broke Mazi Joseph Okechukwu's heart is this shameless man that calls himself a priest. This one is the governor of Benue State. He is supposed to be a priest, a Christian. He's supposed to be a Christian. But do you know that this bastard of a Christian is telling everybody that there is nothing like a Christian genocide? Are you aware? And now I wonder how he will be able to sleep after the visit of Raleigh Moore, who is now doing the work that this bastard is supposed to be doing. I call him a bastard because you cannot be a Christian and Christians are being murdered and massacred, and there are IDP camps everywhere in Benue State, yet this son of the devil, who is wearing a cassock as if he knows God, is claiming that there is no Christian genocide. Can you believe that? Let us read what Joseph Okechukwu wrote about this shameless man. He said, not 6,000, no, not 16,000, no, not even 60,000, no, but over 600,000 of his own Benue Christian brothers and sisters have been languishing in IDP camps, and this guy didn't only keep quiet about it, but also denied there is no genocide against Christians in Benue State. Can you believe that? It took Americans, Raleigh Moore, Reb Franklin, and their team to uncover this haunting and traumatizing truth. This country does not need Senate approval to deploy the military against these genocidal terrorists. Yet, hundreds of Christian children recently adopted in Niger State are still are still in captivity at the same time that Nigeria is sending its military to Benin to safeguard the brutal dictatorship of France. The dictatorship France helped bring to life in that country. See the man. You see? Over 600,000 Christians in Benue alone now living in IDP camps. US congressman raises alarm during his visit, but this man of a governor, he said that there is no Christian genocide. What a pathetic fellow. What a pathetic fellow, honestly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, let's see. I want to get you to listen to something from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This one, while he was preaching against Christians, this one is somebody shared the video. He was preaching against Christmas, to ban Christmas and all that. While he was preaching, neighbor on a preach go and watch the video on my Twitter handle. Right there and then, as he was opening his gutter to speak against Christianity and against this Christian festival, right there, live on stage, he slumped and gave up the ghost. That's how God will judge them. Now, there's a post from Elon Musk that gladdened my heart, and I saw it, I shared it, and I am very sure that our Prime Minister will love this post. Believe me, our Prime Minister will love it. He will love it. Elon Musk posted this on the 8th of December. He said, members of a nation must have a common culture or it is not a nation. Dangerous diversity. Elon Musk is now blowing the trumpet of our Prime Minister. Elon Musk is also joining to blow the trumpet of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Elon Musk is also joining to blow the trumpet of Biafra Republic of Men in exile. Of all this while we have been saying, dangerous diversity is our problem. We cannot cohabit and exist as one nation in Nigeria, where a little thing happened. They say, na Igbo, na Yoruba, na Hausa, na this. Dangerous diversity. Elon Musk is saying it. Members of one nation must have a common culture. Your culture must be common. Otherwise, it is not a nation. So that is why, for any one of us to succeed and survive, it must break. If it doesn't break, no way. That was it. Was Elon Musk was responding to this post from Hunter Ash. He said, is a nation a specific people united by heritage, tradition, and shared values, or is a nation a basically arbitrary entity defined by paperwork? This is the core political issue of our time. You remember when our Prime Minister was always, picking on this subject, teaching on what he kept titling, changing the narratives, when he kept mentioning that this dangerous diversity will destroy us. Now, it is now open. The big names in this world, who else is bigger than Elon Musk? Who else is bigger? To acknowledge this fact that, look, dangerous diversity is an issue, and that has been what we have been talking about all this while. And I'm happy Elon Musk have weighed in on that. Thank you very much, Elon. God bless you. Thank you. And this is my lady. This is my woman. Our Prime Minister. That's why I know that here in Italy, I am safe. Very, very safe. I'm happy for Giorgia Meloni. Giorgia Meloni said, Elon Musk is not a danger to democracy. George Soros is. That's what this lady said. She's a very powerful woman. She is taking the side of Donald J. Trump and Elon Musk. So it makes me more comfortable and confident in Italy that, yes, good leadership in Italy, nothing much to fear about. Yeah. Joseph spoke so hardly here. Before I will play this one, let me look for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message that I need you guys to listen to. I want to listen to this. Oh, onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ohamadike ndị Igbo niile. This you must listen to. This was in 2020. This is 2021. Listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in 2021. Please hear this.
You raped my mother, you abducted my sister, you killed my father in a farm. And I'm telling you, you can no longer stay in that farm anymore. You are a terrorist and you're a murderer. And you turn around and tell me, everybody has right to be everywhere. Did I not warn you before? That is what they will say. They will bring Britain in, and I'm warning Yorubas today. They will come to your land. They will take your forest. Britain will step in and tell you, you are all Nigerians. And I'm telling you, that one Nigeria you were defending before is going to kill you. It will kill you. One Nigeria. They are building their settlement in your forest. Under one, because they are Nigerians, you cannot ask them to go. Britain will come and tell you, oh, but where do you want them to go? Where do you want them to go? That you are all Nigerians, live in peace, multi-ethnicity, multiculturalism, multi-rubbish. And then you are all gone and your land is finished.
Louis
Anybody preaching one Nigeria is a demented animal.
Woo.
Anybody who says, hey, let us try.
Anybody preaching one Nigeria is a demented animal. This message, I will play it 2 times. So that it will sink in. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the message, the core message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These people are modern. Did you people see that? Was it today or yesterday? That very dark man even was reporting it. In Adamawa State, women were protesting. Women without gun, just with their black cloth protesting. And they murdered about 8 of them. I saw the names. And I'm happy that very dark man brought out the names. None of them is a Muslim. Women that were protesting. I don't know what they were protesting, but they were all Christians. They shot at them, murdered women. They were buried in a mass grave. Yeah? He told them not to protest, not to say anything. Oh, Onyendu, please start again.
You raped my mother, you abducted my sister, you killed my father in a farm. And I'm telling you, you can no longer stay in that farm anymore. You are a terrorist and you're a murderer. And you turn around and tell me, everybody has right to be everywhere. Did I not warn you before? That is what they will say. They will bring Britain in, and I'm warning Yorubas today. They will come to your land. They will take your forest. Britain will step in and tell you, you are all Nigerians. And I'm telling you, that one Nigeria you were defending before is going to kill you. It will kill you. One Nigeria. They are building their settlement in your forest. Under one, because they are Nigerians, you cannot ask them to go. Britain will come and tell you, oh, but where do you want them to go? Where do you want them to go? That you are all Nigerians, live in peace, multi-ethnicity, multiculturalism, multi-rubbish.
Multi-ethnicity, the same thing that Elon Musk just posted. Dangerous diversity, multi-ethnicity, multi-this, multi-that. Our diversity, in our diversity is our strength. Is a lie. There is no nation in this world that has strength in anything diversity. Is a lie. Multi-ethnicity, multi-this, multi-that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been saying this for years. For years, he's been saying it.
Because they are Nigerians, you cannot ask them to go. Britain will come and tell you, oh, but where do you want them to go? Where do you want them to go? That you are all Nigerians, live in peace, multi-ethnicity, multiculturalism, multi-rubbish.
Dangerous diversity.
And then you are all gone and your land is finished. Anybody preaching one Nigeria is a demented animal. Anybody who says...
There's something I observed, I don't know whether you observe it. And this is the reason why they don't like him. Can you feel the anger with which he's speaking this truth? Can you feel the passion with which he's speaking this truth? Can you feel the determination with which he's speaking this truth? Can you feel the uncompromising attitude? The deliberate, intention with which he's hammering on this truth? The pain. He's speaking the truth from his pain. I am in my farm. You come and murder me, rape my mother, rape my daughters. And I tell you, you cannot be in that farm anymore. You need to leave. You tell me that I have no right to chase you out of there. Just imagine, see the way he's speaking. And I tell you, anybody that says there is one Nigeria is a demented animal. The passion. You can feel the pain he has. Preaching this truth to people. And this is the reason why they call him a terrorist. Are you following?
and your land is finished. Anybody preaching one Nigeria is a demented animal. Anybody who says, oh, let us try and save the world, that person is a fool. I challenge them to a debate anytime, any day. I will demolish them. What did Shoyinka say? Shoyinka said, the war has come to us.
Shoyinka, hope you people saw the video of Shoyinka that I played in the morning. You saw it? Shoyinka, now his eyes are opening. Shoyinka to the extent Shoyinka is now also confronting Tinubu's son, indirectly confronting Tinubu. But he cannot openly tell Tinubu that your government have destroyed Nigeria. Your government have wrecked everywhere. Even Shoyinka was against their mistreatment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He told them that there's no case there. They have no rights. He said it. He has said it. We've played that video on our platforms. Wole Shoyinka. And yet Tinubu is stiff-necked. Going on with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu detention. Going on with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu persecution. Not knowing that the more you are persecuting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the more you are going down the drain. The more you are recklessly being thrown under the pit. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a savior. If you admit him, he will be a savior to you. If you punish him, you will perish for that reason. Because he has no evil intention against anybody. Wole Soyinka, listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying about Wole Soyinka here. Today, Wole Soyinka is crying, complaining.
Shoyinka said, the war has come to us.
Okay.
I want to play it for you so you will understand what I'm saying. People don't actually reason or think properly. These are defenders of one Nigeria. It was Shoyinka that helped to bring that idiot called Buhari into power in the first place, although the baboon is dead. Shoyinka was, when we were telling him, he was speaking grammar. English, and both those with meaning and those without meaning. After all that grammar, what happened? I want to play for you what the man said. I want to play so you can listen and listen very well. Exactly what I said many years ago. They said he's a warmonger. He's mongering for war. What he's saying is not true. He did not see the war. If you had seen the war, because I did not see the war, I should die as a slave in the zoo. I want to play that the world may listen. These are the so-called intelligentsia intellectual. At the end of the day, behind all this grammar is emptiness. There is nothing in it.
Empty.
Absolutely nothing. That is devoid of common sense. When we were telling them, they said, no. Now listen, please, very, very carefully. Listen.
So what do they expect of us now?
Who are us?
Now that this war is on our doorstep. Of course they have.
What did he say? Shoyinka, Wole Soyinka, a Nobel laureate said, the war is on our doorstep. Who brought the war? People in this, how do you do this? Who brought the war that Wole Soyinka is talking about? He was in his house. And, he likes a bit of cucumber and carrot and cabbage for salad. Those of us that have boarded aircraft before, we like a bit of salad. So in your back garden, you put carrots, salad in your backyard. His carrot was clashing with the Fulani cattle. They came and they ate his carrot and his cabbage. And he's speaking English. He is saying that they brought the war to my house. Who brought the war? I want to ask.
So Shoyinka was only crying because they ate his carrot and cabbages. But in Benue, they are massacring people. They have chased them out of their home. But just because they ate his carrot and cabbage and cucumber, he was crying. They brought the war to his doorstep. Nnamdi Kanu, your sense of humor. They eat up his carrot and cabbages. He was crying that they have brought the war to his doorstep. But people have lost their communities. People have lost their mothers. People have lost their children. People have lost their arms and legs. People have lost everything. Everything. Some of these people, they have had their children in IDP camps, and some of their children are 16 years old, 13 years old, 12 years old, they don't even know how their ancestral land looks like because they were born in IDP camp. Are you following? IDP camps. That's where they were born. So what their parents are now telling them is stories. Our land is about 5 kilometers from these IDP camps, but we cannot go there because if you go there, other people have occupied. They chased us out, and the government is aware. What will it take for you to go there, handle those terrorists that have occupied those ancestral land that belongs to these people, and return them back to their land? I learned that in Borno State, the governor is begging the people that ran for their lives to come back, and he will pay them 500. He wants to pay them 500,000 to come home and die. Because what it means is that this particular people ran away and other people have occupied their land. Now you are forcing them to come and become slaves in their own land. That means if they come, they have to accept what the people that have occupied their land says. Otherwise, they will become corpses. That's the situation. Oh my God. Who brought the war to your doorstep? I'll show you.
People in this, how do you do this? Who brought the war that Wole Soyinka is talking about? He was in his house. And he likes a bit of cucumber and carrot and cabbage for salad. Those of us that have boarded aircraft before, we like a bit of salad. So in your back garden, you put carrots, salad in your backyard. His carrot was clashing with the Fulani cattle.
His carrots are clashing.
They came and they ate his carrot and his cabbage. And he's speaking English. He is saying that they brought the war to my house. Who brought the war? I want to ask Yoruba people working for Facebook, those of you idiots at channels, I want to ask you, who brought the war to Soyinka's compound? Fulani headsmen.
Fulani? Who brought the war? Fulani. And today, an American congressman have come to confirm it. He wrote back and reported to Donald Trump that yes, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said is true. It is Fulani. Fulani that brought the war. It's Fulani. There is a very emotional message from someone that I want us to listen to. This is when Very Dark Man was in that other place. I want us to listen to this. Is a long, about 12 minutes. This man, in a satiric message, or in a message that he is speaking in riddles, or somehow, trying to make you understand that, look, why do you hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? But he is telling you that he hates Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but that hate is actually like that he loved Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a way. But I don't know how else do I explain this. I may not be able to explain it very well until you listen to it. This is a very powerful message from this man. I don't know who this man is. He says, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remember, the federal government of Nigeria's intention regarding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to stop his message, not the messenger. Therefore, never be tired of speaking out against injustice and the humiliation of humanity, particularly in Igbo. This was written by Amy. Yeah, this Amy makes a lot of posts, and I appreciate what he does. Let me listen to this 12 minutes, and it will worth the while for you. Just listen to it, and then it is actually mind-blowing what this brother said here. Let's go.
Private chats and messages asking me why I hate Nnamdi Kanu. And having taken a deep thought into it, I've searched my soul and I asked myself the same question. Why do I hate Nnamdi Kanu? And I have to be very honest with you, my audience and my friends who have raised these concerns and questions. I hate Nnamdi Kanu because I do not understand how a man who was comfortable in the United Kingdom, had everything coming for him, could sacrifice his happiness, that of his children and his wife, and even sacrifice his parents and a lot of loved friends that we have known over the years. Some of these friends traveled with him to Nigeria. and they were in his village. And most of them were tied down right inside his house. And I remember when the army started shooting, I placed a call to him, to a friend, because I couldn't get him on phone. And I asked them, I said, these guys are about attacking your house and your father's compound. Can you find a way of escape? And the guy who took the phone to him, and I could hear Nnamdi Kanu right inside the house there saying that he is not going anywhere, that he will stay there and die with his people. And finally, I think they managed to rescue him out of that building by force, and the rest is history. But then I began to think deeply, why I hate Nnamdi Kanu. How can somebody call 80 million people to reason, to tell them, to warn them about impending danger, and they despise him so much? How can somebody educate the Hausa people who joined the Fulanis in 1967 to kill 3 million of our people? How can he be talking about the Benue people and the Plateau who stopped the train coming from the north and removed our people and tied them? How can he want to defend the people who killed Kaduna and Zob? I just could not understand it. I just could not understand how Nnamdi Kanu was able to find 132 settlements of the jihadists, of the terrorists in our territory. And he was calling everybody that had ears to hear that these people have started taking positions around our riverbirds, and that an attack was imminent. The governors heard him say it. The elders of Igbo land heard him say it. The shameful senators then, they heard him. The House of Reps, people from the southeast, the clergy, everybody heard when Nnamdi was calling. But nobody paid heed to him. Everybody abandoned him. I could not understand how Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that his followers, who were just only holding a flag and a song, were all died right in front of people, in front of children, in front of women. Mothers were crying all over Igbo land as their sons and daughters were displayed on police jeeps and police helices as they were drowned in mud water to drink the mud water. I just could not understand how such a person could go board a plane and went back to Nigeria and was arrested because he wanted to save his people. Nnamdi Kanu might have used certain languages that are unacceptable to certain people. But one thing that I hated Nnamdi Kanu for was his love for humanity, his love for justice, his love for equity, his love for understanding, his love for truth. And I remember him saying something which has always been in my heart up to today. He said, no matter how many people believe in a lie, that it will never change to become truth. And what is happening today? The lies that we've told ourselves since 1960, believed by over 200 and something million people. Has the lie become truth today? No. All over Nigeria, we are seeing the failing of every infrastructure, every agency, every government department. There is a massive overhaul, over 100% failure in structure, in process and procedures. Nigeria is collapsing right before our eyes. Nnamdi Kanu warned. He talked about the migration of these people who will come to claim that they own Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu talked about the people who, the Easterners in the military. He told them that they will be targets. And look at what happened with Oba. He was mowed down. He was spied. Disgracefully, a general in the army. And I begin to wonder something. If Oba was Musa, if Oba was Bola, and he was killed, maybe in any part of Igbo land, or the eastern part of Nigeria, will there be anybody left in that village? When nobody was killed, only that ESN was defending the forests, they went into villages. They shot at everything that moved. Another thing that I hated Nnamdi Kanu for was when Buhari said that there were no Fulanis in our forest. I would have expected Nnamdi Kanu not to set up ESN, but to privately, secretly, set up a structure that would go into the forest and have a party with these same people that Buhari said they did not exist. Buhari wanted Ruga. He was pushing these people into our forest. There was a forensic analysis of all the settlement of these people in Igbo land. It was 132. We all saw it. The map was there. But what crime did Nnamdi Kanu commit? He committed a crime because he was expecting the cowards of Igbo land, the weak men in government, to set up a security structure that will deal with this impending doom. Instead, they wanted to buy Nnamdi, and not the people who had come to buy them. We saw the massacre in Enugu villages. It was evident. It was clear. But the governor of Enugu State, who lacked erective testicular fortitude, could not even act. When he called on the 82 Division, they could not act. After the activity, they now went to protect the people against a reaction. Now, the terrorists in the north, they called them repentant. They suddenly became repentant. They were integrated into the army. Somebody even boasted, saying that these people can even become the president of Nigeria. And like in Julius Caesar, one of them even has become a president. Even if you want to call the person a vice, a third vice, a second man, a second lady, whatever name you want to go by it. But we've seen these same people who sponsored the terrorists in Nigeria holding critical positions. You can imagine a terrorist will come out of the forest with his AK-47. He will have a meeting with the government, and then they will say he's become repentant. They will now officially give him a gun. This is one thing why I hate Nnamdi Kanu for. Because Nnamdi Kanu saw these things coming. And then Nnamdi Kanu, instead of him to just keep quiet, go into his house, take a bottle of beer and sleep, he kept on from night to day. He was in Radio Biafra, speaking, calling, shouting, crying. He had no hate for anybody, any tribe. He only had hate for injustice. He only had hate for lack of equity. He only had hate for those who hated his people. He only had hate for those who did not want to have a seaport, allow a seaport in the southeast. He only had hate for those who did not want to have an airport, functioning international airport in the east. He only had hate for those who did not want to grant the permission for the reconstruction of Imo Airport to an international cargo airport. What Nnamdi Kanu wanted was peace for every nationality. He spoke for the Hausas. He spoke for even the Fulanis that are buying his people. He spoke for the Yorubas. He spoke out for their, even when they had their own agitation, he welcomed them. He spoke to Gani Fayemi. He spoke to, FKK. He was his friend. But alas, et brute Brutus. Everybody, they stabbed him at the back. And that's why I hate Nnamdi Kanu. Because he could have just gone in and enjoyed the comfort of his British nationality.
Are you listening to him? Are you listening to him? I had to pause it because, you see, the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is so unique and so genuine. Yeah? How many of you remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to call Femi Fani-Kayode my brother? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He used to call Femi Fani-Kayode my brother. My brother Femi Fani-Kayode. Very, very open man. Very sincere. But he never knew that Femi Fani-Kayode was a snake. A demonic snake. That one even came to Igbo land. He was speaking. They were telling him and giving him Igbo title and all that. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, the man went to Sokoto and they turban his head. And now he hates Igbos. You can't even hear Nnamdi Kanu from his mouth. You can't. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was calling him my brother. All of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted all these people around him. Remember those GOS people? Chike Doziem, China Samon. Even if Ifeanyi Ejiofor, do you remember Ifeanyi Ejiofor? Ifeanyi Ejiofor will come out and say, I am the most trusted. I am the most trusted. You see, There are so many reasons why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never die. Will not die. So many reasons. Because the hand of God is upon him. The man is too genuine. The man is too pure. The man is too holy. Nnamdi Kanu. Oh my God. That, you see, this man is saying, I hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because the guy is too good for the liking. No, it is hard to find anybody like him. Very, very hard to find somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you. That is why even the Hausa people, some Fulani people that understand what it means to have integrity, when they come across Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they submit to his loyalty and his integrity. The man doesn't segregate. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the last man that will ever be a racist. The last person that will have problem of race is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A genuine man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why my son is Nnamdi. My first son is Nnamdi. It's not for any reason. It is because I say my belief. I feel like even shedding tears right now. I'm so emotional right now. If you look at me, I have goosebumps already. My belief and my connectivity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is so real. The man is too pure. The man is out of this world. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man of God. That is why, as they are treating him bad, God is taking vengeance on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Believe, do you know what? Nigeria is like Egypt during the days of the deliverance of Israel. That's exactly what Nigeria is like. The kings in Nigeria are like the Egyptian king, Pharaoh. Their heart is so hardened. Some of these Fulani terrorists, governors, and our own governors, our senators, their heart is so hardened. There's one idiot called Carlo that wants to, he said he is the sixth person. I will play a video for you where one man, that is not an Igbo man who is talking to him. After this one, I'll play that video. I'll play that video. I am number 6 man in Nigeria, and he's going about telling all the other politicians, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be released. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be released. You know, some of you, it will be over your dead bodies. But you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oh my God, except if God is not alive, except maybe God is just a fiction, it's not real. But if God is real, that's why he told them. So you don't believe, you don't know that there is God of justice? You don't know? You don't know that God is a God of justice? You don't know? You don't know? When that shameless lady was telling me, why do you want to name your son Nnamdi? Do you trust him? But today, the shameless one is busy saying, I want that Nnamdi. I'll just look at them and I laugh. You know, every fake person, it will just take time before they will all be exposed. And not only exposed, they will be exposed and disgraced. Somebody who is still saying, I need that Nnamdi Kanu, I need that Nnamdi Kanu. When I unveiled to you, I said, I got an inspiration from God. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inspired me. In fact, God used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. By the reason of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he blessed me with a son. I am somebody that loves baby girls. I was telling my wife that I want a baby girl. I love baby girls. But God gave me a son. And when that son was coming, he said, call him Nnamdi. It's because of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you, it's because of Nnamdi Kanu. The spirit of Nnamdi Kanu is living in my son, Nnamdi. He brought love and joy and peace to my heart. And I tell you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will lay hands on him. I will make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will bless him and transfer that grace and anointing into my son. He's going to be a great boy. He's going to be a great boy. You see this man? Don't joke with him. People that joke with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hey, Chineke mere unu ebere. You are an Igbo man. You are an Igbo man. and you joking with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. I'm sorry for you. Honestly, I'm sorry for you. Because this man, that's why this man is just eulogizing and telling you the reason I hate Mazin Nnamdi. He's telling you that what this man have done, none of you will be able to do it. And yet, till today, you people are just rejecting him. You behave as if he doesn't exist. You behave as if he goes today, that you will be able to move on without him. We cannot move on without him. Oh. I'm telling you. That's why we must move with him. That's why our Prime Minister said, I stand with him and I will help him. Let's listen to this man.
Spoke for even the Fulanis that are buying his people. He spoke for the Yorubas. He spoke out for their, even when they had their own agitation, he welcomed them. He spoke to Gani Fayemi. He spoke to, FKK. He was his friend. But alas, et tu brute Brutus. Everybody, they stabbed him at the back. And that's why I hate Nnamdi Kanu. Because he could have just gone in and enjoyed the comfort of his British nationality with his children. Very brilliant son that is doing well. Rather, he took the burden of 80 million people, plus the Hausa people, plus the Yoruba people, plus the Benue people. He cried for them. He wanted justice for all nationality. He wanted Nigeria to function. At the time, he demonstrated for good governance in Nigeria. But what is happening today? The politicians, the same people that he wanted to save, now hate him. They allowed him to be condemned based on non-existent law, but based on hate, based on dislike. And then Nnamdi Kanu is suffering for 80 million people and above. And you want me to like him? I do not like Nnamdi Kanu. I hate him for the sacrifice that he has made, which I don't think I have the courage and the tenacity to do. But let Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the supreme God of Ndi, will be the judge. And let him decide the fate of men. But will all of us that adore him, will we ever forget him? No. Will we ever say in our hearts that there was no man called Nnamdi Kanu? There was a brave man, a hero of his people, a speaker of his people, a man like no other man, a man who told us never to be afraid in the presence of our enemies, that we must be brave. And that braveness is what the Igbo people need. That braveness is what the Yorubas, the Hausas need to confront our common enemy. We are not our common enemies. The common enemies are there. They are the ones who fly around with siren. But because they have used tribalism to hold us, to hold you people to ransom, you cannot think beyond your immediate environment. And you think the Igbo man is your enemy. And that is why I hate Nnamdi Kanu. Because he tried to call your conscience to reality. Let us keep killing our heroes, and we expect freedom, we expect justice, equity. Under which law was Nnamdi Kanu found guilty? Under the law of tribalism, under the law of xenophobics, under the law of hatred for a people that have done nothing to anybody, a people who have always been the victim since 1967. But Chukwu Okike Abiyama hears the voice of the one calling in the wilderness, releasing Nnamdi Kanu, for he has done nothing to you.
Deep, isn't it? Very deep. Let me bring that video I told you guys I will bring for you of the man that was talking to that shameless idiot that calls himself Carl. Let's bring this. This is the video. This video. Listen carefully.
Yes, my message to you, Benjamin Kalu, the National Assembly. If you see this message is not for you. Benjamin Kalu, you are a rebellion and a betrayer, brother. You are boasting all around that you are the number 6 man in the nation. Then you fail to understand what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for will help you. You are telling other governors and other officials from the East region not to support the movement of release Nnamdi Kanu. I want you to tell me in any way whether Nnamdi Kanu sleep with your wife when you hate Nnamdi Kanu for your own selfish interest, for your political career. You know that when Nnamdi Kanu is being released, there is no space and chance for you in the East. That is why you compromise. They are pushing money for you people, allocation for you people to step back for Nnamdi Kanu. You say you are the number 6 man in this country. Are you not seeing Gumi? You say you are the number 6 man in this country. Are you not seeing your number 2 man is a terrorist? You say you are the number 6 man in this country. Are you blind? Are you not seeing your national security agency, how they are compromising important terrorists to this nation? You say you are the number 6 man in the country. Are you deaf and dumb? When the Fulani herdsmen, the Gumi boys and the Metiala boys and Gumi, and when they buy Reverend Father for Enugu and burn churches, where were you? I am talking to you, Benjamin Kalu. Benjamin Kalu, you are a traitor. The people of the East are not looking to your direction. Me, myself, I'm looking to your direction. I fish out something. You people are making jest of Nnamdi Kanu. You are making the predicament of Nnamdi Kanu to succeed to take care of yourself and travel to other countries. A country that you people refuse to repair. Una go run, leave and go to another country where una not repair. Nigeria passport is now useless to the other nation. Because why? We have a terrorist leader. Benjamin Kalu, you fail to do the right thing, but you dey boast you are the number 6 man. You are incompetent. National Assembly, you are incompetent. Benjamin Kalu, I just send this message for you. Nemesis is coming for those who is against Nnamdi Kanu release. Nnamdi Kanu do nothing to the nation. Nnamdi Kanu was not being arrested with any possession of any ammunition or rifle, even knife when they take the cut meat. But I see no reason because of your own political interest. You people are just against Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is a patriotic Nigeria or patriotic Biafra who want the best for the people. Any person that buy person in the name of Biafra, that one is a pure terrorist. They are the what? Saboteur who is trying to scandal what Nnamdi Kanu is building. So now I want to ask you, Benjamin Kalu, again any person, even though when they meet weapon for your hand, will be not an eye. When they go arrest, he go stay for prison, reach 5 years. When Nnamdi Kanu did so. So Nnamdi Kanu is your enemy. You stay behind. You say you are the number 6 man. You refuse to speak for your brother who want you to be secure and the people of the East region to be secured. You say nobody should come outside for protest. Everybody, any person when they carry, when they buy, they don't buy land. Benjamin Kalu, you are a rebellion. You are a failure to the people of the East. You are a failure to the people of Biafra. Everybody say, are you sure say Biafra go hold? Before you know, waiting go get head. Now like this is the B. Government, Nigeria government, push Biafra, make Biafra go their own. If they not succeed, they not survive, you not consign now. Una no say yeah, Biafra go survive, they go make am. That is why una see the whole Nnamdi Kanu. They no say everything go do okay. When Biafra come, everything go do okay. They not go lack anything. They get waiting, go make them. They get resources. Now the resources una they try to make sure una go with third Nnamdi Kanu on detention unlawfully. Metiala is moving here and there, who is negotiating with bandits, who is importing terrorists to the nation. But una keep Nnamdi Kanu there. Where Nnamdi Kanu measure and say there is a way, or we should negotiate with terrorists that have been people in the nation. Where? But you say you are the number 6 person. Una gang up with the governors and other senators with our own selfish interest. Una say make them no release una the Kanu. If let's say Beatrice say or na Beatrice sit down on top the release of una the Kanu, wait una the way for. Can't all the whole governor and you that call yourself number 6 man, can't two people gang up together and strike down? If they strike down, say may they shut down anything when they come outside from east. Do you think they will not release it on the Kanu? But no, una no one do, because why? Una know what una the Kanu go fit do. If una the Kanu come outside, all una selfish interest, it go block. That's why una gang up, plan with the northern governors and other to keep una the Kanu. Now what I know now they tell una so. So my message to you, Benjamin Kalu, are you trying to tell me that you will receive Gumi, who is a terrorist, than Nnamdi Kanu, who is agitating for a betterment of Biafra, for a betterment of this nation? I say, make I just ask you. I just dey look you since. I see what you do during the protest. You are against it. So you want to receive Gumi, Shetiman, Ametiala, Ali Sharif, you are embracing them, congratulating them for the insecurity well done, for their job well done. Every prophecy that Nnamdi Kanu have said for the past, now they happen now. But they take Nnamdi Kanu prophecy as a crazy man. But today the thing is happening. The insecurity, the terrorists have invaded all the whole part of the east. They have invaded all the whole part of the south. They have invaded all the whole part in the west. They have invaded all the whole part of the middle belt. Nnamdi Kanu stated this before this time. It didn't happen. So are you trying to tell me Nnamdi Kanu is a failure? Oh, Benjamin Kalu, you are a failure and a traitor. Duru Warika, now me tell you. You the craze for what you they do. Make una just they keep Nnamdi Kanu there. Una want make it stay there. Una go inject and small. Before you come outside, you go just back. Una begin the clap hand. Hey, Benjamin Kalu, now your matter I see you. Now you supposed to work with the lawyers for Nnamdi Kanu to be released, because it's an unlawful detention. Even Boko Haram, when they meet a love weapon for hand, they still put them for prison. Within 2 years, they don't release them. But Nnamdi Kanu, they keep on there because they know what he can produce after he was being released. I say, make I just send this message to you, Benjamin Kalu. You are a traitor. They are a rebellion to the people of Biafra. You are a betrayer. Your selfish interest go wound you one day. I say, make I tell you, say, Nemesis is go catch up with you. By the time people, when they dey for your back, they make you, they speak, say you be number 6 man, they don't finish, then you go know what you do yourself. Nonsense man. Wicked and betrayer brother who betray Nnamdi Kanu. Rubbish.
Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Let me quickly re-echo this one from Nosonkwa.
Onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo na-tinye na-ewepụ ka a hapụ ịtọhapụ Nnamdi Kanu. Igwe Kalụ Ụmụnọha gbuo ogu, Amadioha gbuo ogu, Arụsị Ọgbaga gbuo ogu, Arụsị Ọkụzụ gbuo ogu, Arụsị Ọkịja gbuo ogu, Arụsị enwere n'ala Igbo gbuo ogu, Okike Abịama kpọọ gị ọkụ. Onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo na-tinye na-ewepụ ka a hapụ ịtọhapụ Nnamdi Kanu. Igwe Kalụ Ụmụnọha gbuo ogu, Amadioha gbuo ogu, Arụsị Ọgbaga gbuo ogu, Arụsị Ọkụzụ gbuo ogu, Arụsị Ọkịja gbuo ogu, Arụsị enwere n'ala Igbo gbuo ogu, Okike Abịama kpọọ gị ọkụ.
All is coming. In this era, I have prayed to Chukwu Abiyama. Anybody who takes your project for granted, this restoration of your kingdom upon the face of the earth, kill the person, myself included. If I am false, start with me. Any other person who comes out to challenge the sanctity of this very effort we are making, strike that person down. As I have today struck down the idiot who wants to commit suicide. This is the beginning. As eventually, that when you hear IPO, when you hear Radio Biafra name, all of you will be disgraced one after the other to serve as a warning, as an example to the rest. That Chukwu Okike Abiyama asked us to come. Chukwu Okike Abiyama determined that we should come. If you come with us,
that's it. That's it. And let me listen to Maxwell. I don't know what he reported about Malami. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's see. I really haven't heard what happened there. I just want to see. Let me remove this one. A minute. Okay.
Evening is today, the 10th day of December 2025. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining me in this video. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, has detained the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, over alleged terrorism financing. Different newspapers in Nigeria have different topics about what is happening to this man, but the Tribune Online is reporting that Abubakar Malami was detained because of alleged terrorism financing. Now, I reported this about 3 days ago. I published a video of the interview and analyzed it of the kick-away general. You know, I don't say retired general because he was not retired. A major general who was given the assignment of fighting terrorists in Nigeria. So he arrested 5 Boko Haram members. He started collaborating with the international community, and he brought so many people to book. And during this time was the time, if you remember, in September 15, 2021, United Arab Emirates, list of terror financiers flooded the whole internet space in Nigeria. The man that did it was kicked away. They kicked him out. So he did not retire, no retirement benefit, a major general. And he stepped on toe because he said on Arise News that he linked 2 terrorists who are financing terror on Abubakar Malami's office. He linked 2 to the Chief of Army Staff, Brutai. But these issues are going to get interesting, a few days to come. Because a lot of people who are supporting terrorism in Nigeria, you might say allegedly or not allegedly, we have evidence that many people in government are sponsoring insecurity. So a few days to come is going to get interesting because their gang, their cabal who are sponsoring terrorism are going to be resisting all these things. Just a few days to come, you will watch out the movie that is going to play in Nigeria. Now, the most interesting thing is that the same 2021, why terrorists were being linked to this man's office. This man was distracting Nigerians with the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. And this statement was linked to this man. Take a listen.
When you have the perfect response in your head, but your fingers just can't keep up. We've all been there. Typing, deleting.
You know Malami? Malami?
Yeah. Yes.
The Malami that has gone. The, what do you call him? The justice man.
Yeah.
The Attorney General.
I heard him one day. He said, in Hausa language, he was telling, he said, Zamu berci anan abashi kuba. Kadan zai mutu. He said they will leave him there, they will poison him, and gradually he will die. So
he was saying this in Hausa language.
Yes, in Hausa language.
Yes,
it looks like somebody has advised them, do not try it. If you try it, the war will never end.
He said,
he said, if we had known.
If we had known,
yes,
we could have done this thing instead of bringing him to Nigeria. And I told you that they could have done it. But
now, the issue here is this. If a major general's investigation that proved that this man was linked to terror financiers. And right now, EFCC have arrested him according to Tribune Online. I know that he has been with the FCC since 2 days. I'm monitoring the situation. I know the reason why I'm referring to Tribune Online, right? So if they reported that it is because of the terrorism financing issue. Now, the question I want everybody to answer is this. If someone who is sponsoring terrorism, or let me put it allegedly because the court has not finally, ruled, but the Major General said he concluded his investigation, right? Okay. So if someone who is sponsoring terrorism told you that they went to Kenya to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu because Nnamdi Kanu is a terror, actor or a terrorist, can you match, does it go together? Someone who has been linked to terrorism. So the equation here, the formula for the equation here is this. Anybody who is sponsoring terror cannot fight terrorism. And that is why you see that terrorism or terrorists are growing massively in Nigeria. They don't touch them, they don't fight them. So anybody, the answer to the equation there is that anybody these people are fighting, know that the person is fighting against terror. I'm trying to break this equation down, but I think you can break it better. That if for example, I am supporting insecurity in Nigeria, anybody fighting in the insecurity is a target. And that is why when Nnamdi Kanu was against, he called them Janjaweed, all these bandits, he called them Janjaweed. When he was doing that, all those things he was doing, people were against him to the extent that when Nnamdi Kanu was brought into the country, Hausa language was used to address Nigerians. I want you to think that the reason why this man is being incarcerated, that is what I believe, is because he is fighting the terror. I know a lot of people ask questions what killed Ken Saro-Wiwa, ask questions why so many people died. Anybody who tend to expose the truth, they will take him out of the way. Then look at after the conviction of Nnamdi Kanu. So many things that transpired in the court made me laugh. Like the judge was saying that he called the bandits Janjaweed. So he was reading it out as a crime. You people should think. And after the conviction, they took him to Sokoto. If you think this terror network is limited to this investigation or the arrest the FCC have made linking Attorney General of the Federation, you are lying. This terror network is in Aso Rock, it's in the judiciary, it's everywhere. Kundola Wumi told you this, the head of Defense Intelligence Agency. Former, T.Y. Danjuma, those people who have committed error in this country, they told you this. So I don't know whom you are waiting to hear from. This man, my brother, I will not call him brother, he's another state man, Irabo, former chief of defense staff under Buhari. Recently on Chinese television, he said politicians are sponsoring terrorists. So I want you to think, this thing is not going to end in this way. A lot of people have been misguided, a lot of people have made a lot of mistakes, thinking that the government will solve the issue of insecurity. Anytime the government pronounce something about insecurity, I laugh. You know why I'm laughing? That thing is not the solution. Yeah. Anything they are pronouncing is not the solution. The solution is this. Why did you people imported these terrorists to start with? If you can solve this puzzle, that APC government, the coalition of Tinubu and Buhari, they are ACN and CPC to form APC. They imported terrorists into this country and they admitted, if you can solve that puzzle, then we can start talking. Without that, everything you are talking is rubbish because the people who sponsor the terrorists are in power. Do you want them to stop it? After all, they don't have any intention to do that. So whatever they are telling you, it is what they call deception. Anyway, for those of you who did not listen to the Major General's interview, I want you to pay attention. And if you have listened to it before, I want you to also pay attention because I had, even me personally, I had to listen to this video like 5 times before I got the details that
Il nuovo supermercato di Bluey! Oh, è enorme! E fa un sacco di suoni!
I am working on now. So pay attention.
Let me get into terror financing and then I'll come to the OSW you talked about.
Yeah.
For you, successive administrations have paid lip service to unmasking prominent Nigerians allegedly financing terror and oil theft. Why do you hold this view? Allegedly so. And do you know, one would ask whether you know them. If true, what do you think is responsible for the past administration's attitude, regarding this so-called financiers of terror?
Okay, thank you very much again for this brilliant question. Now, let me, relate to my experience, right, as the commander of the Operation Service Wide, which was an intelligence-driven outfit. Now, like I said, we picked the main leaders and other facilitators, financiers, sponsors, and then we commenced investigation.
By picked, you mean you arrested?
Arrested, captured, arrest. Now we picked them. That is, it was a collaborative effort. Those elements that I mentioned, and investigation was ongoing. And the investigation team was made up of representatives from the Department of State Services, from the Defense Intelligence Agency, from the military police, that's the army aspect of it, from the NFIU, the investigation, and it revealed so much. And like I earlier said, right, certain intelligence was shared. We were collaborating with about 33 countries in Europe, Western Europe, Asia, and other distant were collaborating with us and distant. Now, in the course of the investigation, we stumbled upon names of individuals, prominent individuals, and some of them are still prominent, and including the owner of an airline who was ferrying weapons allegedly for Boko Haram and other reasons. So those information, we took our concern, made our concern known, the investigation in terms of interim listening to the powers that be at the time. And some of those people were linked to even cabinet ministers. Some of the people were even arrested. Some of the people who were investigating were linked to them. Were linked to senior military retired now of generals and the rest, linked to many prominent distant. And in the course of our investigation, we now, let me just add also, we had 3 representatives from the Attorney Generals of the Federation Office, that's Minister of Justice, that were with us to guide us while we were making the case, right? Because ultimately, the Office of the Attorney General.
This man is a major general that investigated all these things, and the findings were bombshell. And instead of dealing with those people, they were now dealing with him. So you can see that Nigeria is actually in the right place where it's supposed to be. Nigeria is naked. Nigeria is complete. Nigeria has never been disgraced like this before. Now you see, if you calculate the level of disgrace Nigeria has faced since they convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, an innocent man, a man that means well for them, they convicted him of non-existing terrorism in his life with a non-existing law. Just imagine the level of disgrace. And the disgrace has not started yet. It has not started yet. Believe me, you will yet see the one that will baffle you. Tinubu, this Tinubu will run. If he's still alive, he will run.
Was to prosecute
those you arrest.
Right. Now, but as the thing progressed, we started noticing some kind of how should I put it? We noticed some kind of hesitation. Things started coming up like, okay, some of these people, they to be difficult to pin terrorism financing on them, perhaps money laundering. Look, then you started getting some calls that some people, prominent that you should release, so person is not this and that, something. This. As the commander, I made my concern known to the president, late President Muhammad Buhari. I made it when I said, so listen, and I recall on one occasion, he stood up, very angry. He said, General, I appointed you as the commander of Operation Service Wide. You report to me and to me alone. That was his exact words to me. General Muhammad Buhari, a great man. I mean, of course, he had his shortcomings. I was very angry when the whole thing happened, and I mean, he didn't even raise a finger to this thing. But I later came to realize, you know, that perhaps he was misled.
You say Tahiru devised a strategy, the late Chief of Army Staff,
yes,
to end terrorism in the north. Fill us in on this strategy. Is it being implemented now?
I don't know whether that strategy is implemented. Before delving into that, let me just say that the military and other security agencies are doing fantastic work. They're doing their best. They have challenges. Perhaps I'll come to that later. I mean, they listen, but they are doing their best, and they have a lot of challenges. Now, the strategy is nothing fantastic to say. I mean, it was just sincerity. Now, we had the OSW, which was on, right? It's set up in 2020, year 2020.
You actually headed the OSW,
yes.
And the mandate was to dismantle the terrorism financing network in order to fight against terrorism and insurgency. Will it be correct to say that you could not achieve that mandate?
No, we achieved.
Or that you failed?
No, we achieved. Because we achieved to an extent. Because we arrested the leadership of the Boko Haram, just like I said, the leader. I don't want to mention his name because I'm not too sure, but I understand. I heard from the grapevine that he was released along with the 5 key guys. And that leader of Boko Haram, just like I said, the United Arab Emirates shared that intelligence with us. I know, with all this. And he was the one who even recruited the 6 individuals. They were jailed, 2 for life, 1 for 30 years, 1 for 20 years, another one for 10 years, and another one for 5 years, the 6 of them. He was the recruiter of this thing. And yet, right, that man I learned, he and the 5 other guys who had this thing were released. I don't know for what reason. I don't know what reason. They were never prosecuted, not to the best of my knowledge. I don't know whether they were released, but they were never prosecuted. So, you see, those were kind of the fear, if I may use that term or word, the fear that one has over what has happened right now in terms of the arrest of those leadership. We hope that the thing we see will come to fruition. Yes.
You had written to the president concerning your arrest, detention, and compulsory retirement over what an investigation task force you headed unearthed.
Scandale intense.
The new fragrances, Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, like I was arrested on the 18th of October 2021 and detained for 64 days under terrible condition, stripped of all my dignity. I mean, stripped. You know, a general being my head here removed by a soldier, my boots, I was left barefooted in a cell. I mean, it was a terrible situation. And then on the 21st of December 2021, they came to release me and they handed over my letter of compulsory retirement. And I made effort to get across to the the late former president. And let me just add, as bitter as I am, as pained as I am over what Buhari did to me, as I said, I realized that he was naive, he was misled, and for that I forgive him, you know, and I urge anybody who has this thing, if it's on account of me, to forgive him for this thing. But anyway, coming back to that, on the I made strenuous effort to have that injustice corrected. It wasn't. Now, on June 7th, 2023, that was exactly 10 days before my late mother passed away. She died on the 17th of June. Along the Kaduna-Abuja highway, I and my driver, we survived an assassination attempt. We were pursued by 2 vehicles, and at a point I had to call the commander of the troops along the highway, whom was appointed at the time. I was the general officer commanding 1 division, and they came, and that was what we were able to get away. You know, that was the 4th attempt. And on that, when that thing happened, of course, you can imagine my state of mind. I mean, 2 years after I was thrown out of the army, nothing done.
And you, all these general they are unaliving now are the people that will expose them, like Oba, that they just unalive recently. They handed him over to terrorists because they know that Oba knows so much. If you know so much, they want to silence you. The reason why they are silencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are afraid of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows. The thing they shock them, everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying about them is true. Even the one that they have not told anybody. What they have not told anybody, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say it, and it will come to pass. So to them, they don't even know how he managed to know. They are shocked.
So I now wrote to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I wrote, and I passed the letter, you know, through a reliable listen to get across to him, because I didn't want to send it through the open mail. I never wanted this thing to be in the media. So that was, it was signed on the 21st of June 2023. Nothing was done. 6 months later, if you recall, January 2024 last year, that was when the news first broke this day, and then you invited me to arise, and I came and listened. Then
I'm afraid my time is up. We didn't have time to talk about the presidency institute, the BOI, which again you heard it was convened here, like you said, by the NSA, uncovering 295 oil tankers that convert petrol with major oil smugglers identified.
Wow, this was mind-boggling. Anyway, that's it. Let's see. There's a quick one from Rufai. I saw this from Rufai. Let's hear what Rufai have got to say. I saw this from Rufai, and then I'll play 2 videos, and then we'll go to sleep. This from Rufai, and then another one from Darlington.
Let me quickly quash another lie we tell. And I've been hearing that lie a lot in the security circle. The reason why we don't want to go in there and fight these bandits and recover these people is to avoid collateral damage. It's a lie. I'll remind you, 2020, an American, Walton, was arrested by a bandits group or terrorists, a bunch of terrorists. 6 of them, they took him. The Americans contacted the same Nigerian government. They got intel about where he was. They brought in Naval SEAL into this country, conducted an operation, killed 6 of the terrorists, evacuated the man, took him to the American embassy in Niamey in Niger, from there en route to America. President Trump went on the air and bragged about it. Our own, we never see the bandits being killed in the rescue. You heard what Professor Bolaji Akinyemi said that day. When we did everything and we're ready for the Americans to be able to fight Boko Haram, all of a sudden, as regards the Chibok girls, we saw that the gas mask, terrorists were already wearing them. The gas mask they were supposed to get. So who is doing the infiltration?
Okay.
And this pattern is repetitive. The question is, when next will it happen?
Do you know that, is it Yola or Jigawa, the states where they kidnapped those girls, where they said an order was given? Up to today, we do not know who gave that order, but an order was given. And other senators were asking, who gave the order? Up to today, even the Senate president was saying that they will raise a committee. They want to raise a committee to ask the military who gave the order. You see that these people are not serious. They don't want to do anything. Just they play.
Haram. All of a sudden, as regards the Chibok girls, we saw that the gas mask, terrorists were already wearing them. The gas mask they were supposed to get. So who is doing the infiltration?
somebody have gone to tell the terrorists, they are going to gas you people. They are going to play gas. So wear mask and protect yourself so that you will not die. Nigeria.
That the gas mask, terrorists were already wearing them. The gas mask they were supposed to gas. So who is doing the infiltration? And this pattern is repetitive. The question is, when next will it happen?
Okay.
And when it happens next, it's still going to be the same modus operandi. The government will never hear that in a rescue operation, they get these people killed. Every effort to get these people killed, they stop it. President Buhari, the first thing he did when he came into power was he stopped that agreement that the Jonathan government had with mercenaries. So you see, while we deceive ourselves with a false illusion that yes, they are back home, what were the terms and conditions? What did we lose? We lost the fear of the state, because the state is supposed to have the autonomy of violence. If there's any non-state actors that has more violence than the state, then go back to section 14, subsection 2. The protection and the security is hampered. Then what happens? The state has broken a social contract with the people. And I have a premise to call for the resignation of the president. So I think I've made that point clear. So while we celebrate, yes, but there's also shame. Egg is coming on us gradually.
Thank you. Not only you, they talk through for Arise News. Only you, now they talk through. Believe me. Only you, my brother. Only you. This girl had to tell them something. Why are you people jealous of Ndibo? Outside Yoruba? Why are you jealous of them? Why? Tell them.
We are very... You see, we Hausas, we are jealous of the Igbos. You see, we Hausas, we are jealous of the Igbos. We are so... You see, our people, we are jealous. We are very jealous of the Igbos. You see, the Igbos, we are jealous of their business style. We are jealous of the fact that they can easily merge in different places. And see, we are not the most jealous people of the Igbos. The Yorubas, they jealous the Igbos pastors. They jealous the fact that they have this brotherly love. They want to carry each other along. They jealous it. So because of that, they think that the Igbo people are like trying to stay in one corner, like, oh, these people are trying to take over. So that jealousy is what made them to pair with the Hausa people.
Okay.
You see, we Hausas,
we
are jealous of the...
Thank you, my sister, for speaking the truth. Thank you. What did she say here again? Let me hear.
We Hausas. Why are we not giving the Biafrans? Yoruba, what is the problem? Are you people scared to stay with we Hausas? Why are we not giving the Biafrans their land? Abi, we are really scared to stay alone. Why can't we stay alone? Why can't we stand by ourselves? Why are we forcing those who do not want to be with us to be with us? Please let us allow them go. Let there be peace. Let this thing not turn to a revolution. Oh. I find money, Jackpot.
Jackpot when you can, my dear. Jackpot when you can. Yeah. Jackpot when you can. Okay, I want to play Darlington. I saw Darlington. Where is that Darlington's video? Darlington of where is that Darlington video? I think I shared it. Shared it. They said they have kidnapped Ngige. Is that true? I don't know. Breaking news. Dr. Chris Ngige allegedly kidnapped from his residence in Abuja. This is Afonja that reported it. Bolaji Feson Afonja, that they kidnapped Ngige. Who knows if it's true? Some other people were saying that it is EFCC that invited. Seriously. Anyway, let's listen to Darlington and then we'll call it a night.
You know, the arrogance of the North over this insecurity is annoying me, seriously. How do you blame the whole country for the problem you created? Where is this thing coming from? This insecurity. Who are the bandits, the terrorists? Where are they mostly from? Is it not from the North? Instead of the North to find a way to stop a problem they created, they are trying to use it to blackmail all of us. It's very sad, seriously. I don't see why the North should be making noise over this issue. The very problem they created. We were here when their leaders came out and told us how they brought these people into Nigeria. And the North didn't deem it fit to say, we are sorry for what we have done. We are sorry for bringing this problem to Nigeria. Rather, they will keep blackmailing you and I as if we are the cause of the problem. And we did not find it fit to even give it back to them. The type of politics we play in the South, I don't like it seriously. Because if this thing we are coming from the South here, I know what the North would have done. I know what they would have done. Ordinary alcohol that Obi went to import. They said because he imported alcohol, that the Muslim North will not vote for him because they don't drink alcohol. Can you just imagine? But you that brought terrorism into Nigeria, and we have been suffering of this for 15 years now, you are not ashamed for what you have done. You are not even apologizing to us. Every time you be making noise, if you don't solve insecurity. Who created insecurity? When Jonathan wanted to stop it, it was this same you Northerners that was writing letter, writing everything. You want to kill the North. You want to do this. You were writing memo to international community. Why is it that the North always use this security to blackmail all of us? And nobody can give it back to them from the South here. Who brought this problem into Nigeria? Is it not the North? Is it not the North, for God's sake? Why are we not calling a spade here?
Okay.
Let them stop that thing, please.
Nnamdi Kanu was asking Wole Soyinka, who brought the war to your doorstep? All these things you people are saying, Nnamdi Kanu has said it several times. I've said it all. Who brought the war to Wole Soyinka's doorstep?
Is it not the North? Is it not the North, for God's sake? Why are we not calling a spade here?
Okay.
Let them stop that thing, please. It annoys me. Let them stop it. Let them face their leaders over there. Let them face their leaders and stop insulting our intelligence. Why should they be talking like that?
All right. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. It's been a long one, and I appreciate you all. Hopefully, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Day one. Have a wonderful night. Catch you soon.